السيدات والسادة الحضور الكريم، أهلاً بعودتكم مرة أخرى. الشباب قادة التغيير نحو اقتصاد المعرفة هو عنوان الجلسة الثالثة، والتي يسعدنا أن نستقبل فيها مرة أخرى سمو الأميرة سمية بنت الحسن رئيس مجلس أمناء جامعة الأميرة سمية للتكنولوجيا، ومعالي الدكتور محمد أبو رمان وزير الثقافة ووزير الشباب في المملكة الأردنية الهاشمية، ومعالي سيد صديق وزير الشباب والرياضة بماليزيا. يحاورهم الدكتور عماد حب الله عميد الجامعة ورئيس الهيئة الأكاديمية بالجامعة الأمريكية في دبي.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And for those who love odd numbers and third time does the charm, the third session of today comes to you under the title, The Youth Leaders of Change Towards a Knowledge Economy. And we are glad to welcome again Her Royal Highness Princess Sumaya bint al-Hassan, who will be joined in this session with His Excellency Dr. Muhammad Abu Rman, Ministry of Culture and Minister of Youth from the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, and His Excellency Sayyid Sadiq Sayyid Abdul Rahman, Youth and Sports Minister from Malaysia. This session will be moderated by Dr. Imad Hibballah, Provost and Chief Academic Officer. That is the formation. Please welcome our distinguished speakers.
Your Royal Highness, Your Excellencies, dignitaries, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.
We are in the midst of a major technological, societal, economical, and generational change. It is an electronic industrial transformation that will touch everyone and will change every industry and every element of society. We're fast moving towards a very different world, an increasingly changing, independent, interconnected, turbulent, and fascinating world, an increasingly augmented robo-techno society. Youth have always been the engines of change. In the words of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, our youth are the secret to UAE's development. And in the words of His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the UAE youth are the driving force of nation's future. We are in an era of knowledge economy that I would like to call economy of augmented intelligence. Today's youth come to us with an agile set of skills in research, communications, discovery, and creativity, and major ties to technology and social networking. Today's youth are overwhelmed with information, with sources, inquiries, pressures, questions, alternatives, and decisions. But they all come to us energized with hope, and they give us energy and hope. Unfortunately, they have limited prospects for jobs in the West and very limited opportunities elsewhere. Faced with all of this, governments must synergize and collaborate with all stakeholders. One of the most interesting examples of governments working on skill building can be found in Malaysia. We have with us His Excellency Minister Sadiq, a brilliant example of today's youth. Your Excellency, Malaysia is improving on technical and vocational educational training and embarking on the fourth industrial revolution to reduce youth unemployment. Could you describe these efforts and what types of new jobs are created and new skills to be learned to benefit everyone and your country and every place in the world?
Thank you very much, Royal Highness, His Excellency, ladies and gentlemen. The Malaysian story is a unique one. While in different parts of the world, there's a race for young people to be equipped with degrees, masters, and PhD, now we're trying to pivot to ensure that our young ones take up TVET or vocational education, as we believe that these are the skills of the future. Under my ministry, there are about 22 TVET institutions, which at the moment we are focusing on industries of the future. We paired them up, for example, with Petronas, our oil company, to ensure that as soon as our students graduate, there are already jobs prepared for them, and during their 2 to 3 years course, they are tailor-fit to ensure that they get into the industry, and in the end, the hands-on skill sets which they have can then be used for the industries which are in. At the same time, TVET is a double-edged sword. Vocational education is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, the rate of employment is about 94%, much higher than graduates from universities, even those with a master's. But at the same time, the skill sets can easily be phased out with the new industrial revolution, the fourth industrial revolution. As we go into the digital economy, when we go into artificial intelligence, often hands-on skill sets can be replaced. Then what do? We should not just forget TVET. Instead, we need to ensure that our TVET institutions are already equipped with the technological skills, expertise, with robotization to ensure that we are ready for the future. So for example, under my ministry, we are ensuring that from the workforce to the usage of automation and AI, we build them in early so that in the end, the young ones who graduate from our TVET institutions are ready for the future. The final thing I'd like to point out here is that while we talk about TVET, it's also very important for industries to cope and for youth leaders in those respective countries to deconstruct to deconstruct powerful forces or invisible barriers which block young people from moving forward. These are barriers where employers gauge promotion based on experience and years of knowledge, while in reality, the knowledge economy is based on how much you know, how connected you are to the internet, how quick you adapt, and how much you can innovate and disrupt. So it's very important for youth leaders in those respective countries to take down those invisible barriers, ensure that promotion is based on merit, is based on knowledge, how much you can contribute, not based on how long you served in that particular industry. Ensure that it's based on the creative economy to ensure that young people, for example, in Malaysia, due to the small gap which we suffered, Grab, which is now a $6 billion industry, moved from Malaysia to Singapore because we were not able to capture the young ones like Anthony Tan, who started up Grab in Malaysia, but because of the lack of opportunities, then moved to Singapore. In a way, young leaders now must ensure that young ones are given the opportunities, the doors of opportunities are opened up, and young ones are not just judged by how long they served in that industry. Because when we see the Forbes 100 today, there are minimum of about 1 or 2 board members on these companies. So in the end, while we look at TVET and vocational education, it's also important for us to not prejudge young people as inexperienced, incapable, but to look at the knowledge, what they can contribute, and how innovative they are to ensure that we can create an economy which is future-proof.
Just as a follow-up, engaging and empowering the youth in general is a major part of building a healthy economy. What are the efforts of the Malaysian Youth and Sports Ministry to champion the youth empowerment agenda? And what are the responsibilities of the youth, the adults, and the leaders in building the future of the economy?
Yep. Thank you very much. If I were asked to summarize this, it will take quite a long time. I'll try to take about 3 minutes to summarize it. First thing first, as I mentioned, we need to ensure that the doors of opportunities are opened up for young people. I cannot be a token. I don't want to be the only young minister, and as a consequence, Malaysians can say that, hey, we already have someone at the top. As a consequence, the youth agenda has been fulfilled. It is not. In the end, we need to ensure that the structure of governance opens up its doors to young people. The corporate sector opens up its doors to young people, that if a 25-year-old can be appointed as a minister, there should also be a lot more young people appointed as board members on government-linked companies, on the best and most powerful corporate entities in Malaysia, and to ensure that youth leadership doesn't just focus at the top, but also goes to the bottom, to the village chiefs who previously were dominated by those who are above 40 to 50 years old, but now we've reduced it to 21 to 25. Previously, we do not have any ministers below 30 years old, but now we have 2. Previously, we do not have a lot of divisional heads who are below 40. Now we have a lot. In the end, is to ensure that the youth agenda or the youthification of the workforce really takes place. One more thing which I'm looking into is to ensure that companies take up young people as board members, not just in mid-tier or the low-tier jobs. I'm talking about on respective boards, because if you look at recent reports, look at Forbes 100. A lot of the companies appoint young board members, even as young as mid-30s or in the early 30s. Starbucks recently appointed a lady by the age, at the age of 33 years old on the board. Why? Because innovation today is the key to success, and young people often fit in that job description. Back then, corporate boards were filled up by management based on experience. But today it's no longer based on experience alone. It's based on creative thinking, innovation, how you are able to disrupt the market, and having young people in will help. And if there are those who say that young people cannot do it, look at the list of Forbes 30 under 30, where 13 of them come from Malaysia and they are below 30 years old. They are capable, that they've already started up their own industry, but yet there are still those who say that they can't. So in the end, the focus of the youth ministry is to ensure that youth leadership is empowered and that young people are not just consulted upon, but they have a seat at the decision-making table at every single decision-making process in Malaysia, from the top to the bottom in the government and in the corporate sector, to ensure that the youth are not just the future, but they are recognized as the present leaders.
I applaud the efforts, Your Excellency, Abu Rahman. Globally, there have been problems with traditional industries, and the world is plagued by youth unemployment. Youth unemployment is a major challenge for the different countries around the world and in the region. As a matter of fact, in the region, they're double what they are around the world. It's probably 25%. Your Excellency, this is a serious problem that governments have been and they need to look at. What do we need to do to change the situation and prepare the talents for the emerging jobs? From a government point of view, what type of activities and responsibilities and policies should be enacted?
شكرا جزيلا عدنان. وفي الحقيقة بشكر مؤسسة محمد بن راشد للمعرفة على هذه الفرصة الجميلة وعلى هذا التجمع الكبير والذي يعني بالفعل في موضوع اقتصاد المعرفة والمعرفة وبسلط الضوء على الجوانب الإيجابية التي من المفترض أن نحن نتجه بالحديث عنها. أنا أريد أن أجيب على سؤالك من تجربة شخصية لي قبل الدخول إلى وزارة الشباب في الأردن، وهذه قبل شهرين فقط. يعني كنت كأحد الباحثين والكتاب أنظر إلى الصورة النمطية عن الشباب العربي والأردني السائدة، وهي صورة نمطية أن هذا الشباب الذي يواجه تحدي المخدرات، هذا الشباب الذي تختطفه التنظيمات الإرهابية، هذا الشباب الذي فقد الأمل، الشباب المحبط، الشباب الذي يشعر بالضياع، الفراغ الروحي. هذه هي للأسف الاستيريوتايب اللي موجودة عن الشباب العربي وجزئياً عن الشباب الأردني. فدخلت إلى الوزارة وأنا أحمل هذه الصورة، ويعني أضع على كتفي مهمة ثقيلة قد يعني حملتها من قبل الحكومة الأردنية في المرحلة القادمة. لكني تفاجأت خلال شهرين فقط من العمل بصورة مختلفة تماماً عن الشباب الأردني. تفاجأت أنه لدينا بقدر ما هنالك هذه الظواهر الموجودة فعلا، وهذا التحدي الذي تفضلت فيه موجود، وربما نتحدث عنه لاحقا حتى على مستوى المنطقة العربية. الشباب اليوم تحدي، ولكن الشباب أيضا فرصة للنمو، فرصة للتغيير، بل هم قوى التغيير التي نطمح إليها. تفاجأت بأنه الشباب الأردني قد سبق الحكومة وسبق المسؤولين بمسافات شاسعة، والمطلوب مني أنا كمسؤول في الحكومة أن ألتحق بالشباب، لا أن أقود الشباب الأردني. مطلوب مني أن أبني جسور التواصل مع هؤلاء الشباب. لدينا مبادرات في الأردن شبابية فيها منخرطين آلاف الشباب. لدينا شباب استطاعوا أن يحفروا في الجبال ويصلوا ويحصلوا على جوائز علمية، منهم هبة شبروق درست في جامعة الأميرة سمية وحصلت على جائزة عالمية أخيراً. فلديك جيل من الشباب يريد أن يغير، يريد أن يحدث الفرق، يريد. المطلوب من الحكومات أنا أعتقد قبل تمكين الشباب إعطاء الشباب الحرية والفرصة. أعطوهم الحرية بأن يكونوا كما هم، أعطوهم البيئة الآمنة المناسبة ليفجروا طاقاتهم ثم اتركوهم. أنا بتقديري هذه هي المسؤولية الرئيسية المطلوبة من الحكومات العربية. عندما أنظر إلى دورنا نحن كوزارة شباب في الأردن، هنالك كثير من الأمور التي تحدث فيها وزير الشباب الماليزي مشابهة بالتفكير وبالتخطيط. لدينا اليوم هنالك بدأت عملية إدراك حقيقية لأهمية التركيز على جيل الشباب، ولذلك عادت وزارة الشباب بعد أن كانت مجلس أعلى للشباب. اليوم هنالك ورشة عمل كبيرة في موضوع التعليم في الأردن وعملية تغيير المناهج التعليمية لتتواكب مع التطورات والتحولات الجديدة، يعني مفاهيم التعليم، نظريات التعليم القديمة التي كانت تسود. اليوم هنالك عملية نفض كامل لهذه المناهج التعليمية، وأنا حتى عضو في المجلس الأعلى للمناهج نتحدث عن كثير من المفاهيم الجديدة. لدينا أيضاً على مستوى وزارة الشباب اهتمام شديد في الأعمال الريادية بشكل كبير على مستوى المدارس وعلى مستوى الجامعات وعلى مستوى ما يسمى جيل الانتظار في العالم العربي، هو الجيل الذي ينهي الجامعة ويجلس ينتظر المرحلة القادمة. من قرع جرس الخطر طبعا بلا شك، حتى نكون واضحين، من قرع جرس الخطر هو معدل البطالة المرتفع في العالم العربي اليوم وفي الأردن غير المسبوق بالنسبة لجيل الشباب. هذا قرع جرس الخطر لدى المسؤولين وبدأ الاهتمام. قرع جرس الخطر استطاعت بعض التنظيمات الإرهابية استقطاب أعداد كبيرة من الشباب العربي، بعض الظواهر، بالتالي بدأنا نتحدث عن بشكل مختلف عن جيل الشباب وبدأنا نصوغ سياسات حقيقية باتجاه جيل الشباب. فهنالك تركيز على الأعمال الريادية، هنالك تركيز على دور القطاع الخاص بدأ يقوم بدور كبير، المجتمع المدني يقوم بدور كبير. بتقديري أنا إذا أردت أن أنظر إلى الصورة القادمة خلال 5 أعوام لا أشعر أنني أبالغ إن قلت بأنني أنا متفائل تماماً بأن جيل الشباب العربي لن يكون كما يتوقع كثيرون جيل ضائع أو جيل تائه. بالعكس، سيكون هنالك جيل قيادي من الشباب العربي الذي سيكون له دور فاعل في المرحلة القادمة. لكن أنا لاحظت أيضاً، وحتى أكون منصف، أنه هنالك تركيز على بعض الجوانب الاقتصادية وعلى بعض الجوانب التعليمية. لا ننسى الجوانب السياسية. من الضروري أيضاً أن يكون هنالك تمكين سياسي لجيل الشباب، حتى كما قال سعادة معالي الوزير الماليزي أن يكونوا صناع القرار. وبالتالي القيادات الشبابية لا تكون فقط نحن ككود أو كوتا الشباب في الحكومة، يعني نريد كوتا من الشباب نضعهم في الحكومة، لا، المطلوب أنه هذا الجيل يتم تدريبه وتأهيله سياسياً وثقافياً وعلمياً ليدخل إلى المرحلة القادمة. على الصعيد الأردني هنالك تفكير بالفعل اليوم في موضوع التمكين السياسي لجيل الشباب والتمكين المهني والعلمي، ويعني هنالك خطط كثيرة، هنالك تفكير حقيقي وجدي بإحداث نقلة نوعية في السياسات الرسمية باتجاه هذا الجيل.
You talked about engaging the youth in decision making, engaging them in the boards, both your excellencies, and not actually, if I may use the word, not use them as a decor, as a part of the boards or the activities or any meeting that we have. No matter how much we invest, we cannot achieve what we need to achieve unless we work on the mindset and unless we work on the culture. So the question is, the culture, since culture is extremely difficult to change, how do you suggest governments and other stakeholders could play a major role as quickly as possible, because I'm told that we have to finish at 11:30. So if you could quickly, so I could give at least a chance to Her Royal Highness to...
حاضر سيدي، أنا بدي أختصر لك إياها إنه من أجل ذلك تم الجمع في الحكومة بين حقيبتي الثقافة والشباب في الأردن، فأنا وزير الثقافة ووزير الشباب. التحدي التغيير الثقافة والتغيير أو الجانب السيكولوجي لدى الشباب قضية مهمة جدا. لذلك نحن في المرحلة الحالية والمرحلة القادمة نركز على هذا الجانب. في فترة سابقة كانت هناك ليس فقط في الأردن، في كثير من الدول العربية بالنسبة للشباب ثقافة ما يسمى الدولة الريعية، بمعنى أنه أنا أتخرج من الجامعة وأنتظر الوظيفة الحكومية، والحكومة هي المشغل الأكبر. اليوم الجزء كبير من خطابنا ومن حوارنا ونقاشنا مع جيل الشباب أن من يريد أن ينتظر الوظيفة الحكومية فلن تأتي الوظيفة الحكومية. عليه أن يبدأ بالاعتماد على نفسه، عليه أن يبدأ بالتفكير بمشاريعه الخاصة، عليه أن يبدأ بالتفكير في تطوير قدراته ومهاراته. من أجل ذلك هي بدون شك معركة حقيقية، ولكن أنا عم بشوف أنه التغير اللي عم بيصير عكس توقعاتي أنا شخصيا، مش بس توقعاتك عدنان، عكس توقعاتي أنه عم بيحدث تغير سريع. اليوم هنالك جيل شباب في الأردن بيعمل في القطاع الخاص في المطاعم، جيل شباب بيبدأ بأعماله الخاصة بشكل بيحدث قفزات سريعة. هنالك اقتصاد المعرفة في الأردن أحدث نمو مذهل في الفترة الماضية على صعيد الأعمال وعلى صعيد السوق الإلكتروني وعلى صعيد الشركات وعلى صعيد، فأنا يعني متفائل جدا إنه إحنا الفترة التي نريدها ثقافيا للتغيير الثقافي بخصوص هذا الجيل لن تكون فترة طويلة.
Thank you, Your Royal Highness. I'm going to quote a couple people from the past. Charles Darwin said, "It isn't the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the most responsive." In a sense, success will depend on the ability to adjust and to creatively develop or modify skills and knowledge. The second one, I'm going to basically talk about the fact that Einstein said the facts, learning and knowledge is not about facts, because that you could get from books. I'm paraphrasing here. Yeah. It is basically the way we work on the minds of the people and we build the person in general. Your Royal Highness, how much of a threat is brain drain to the future of development of our region? And how should youth be permitted or encouraged to challenge the status quo in academia and society in order to lead change?
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. If you're talking about Charles Darwin, we're talking about evolution. And I think it's a period of time where we have to really recognize that this is a generation in evolution. And before we can even start thinking about changing mindsets, we have to think, as I mentioned in the previous session, about the basics. We have to think about the infrastructure, we have to think about the environment, and we have to think of the mindset of the generation that is setting the policy. So I think what is very, very important is that when we talk about the youth today, that we make sure that within this period of AI that you are mentioning, this period of the fourth industrial revolution, that we are data-driven. And I think data is certainly very, very important today. It's a major component of how we make sure that we have evidence-based solutions. You know, if you're young, fine, everybody's allowed to have an opinion, but make sure that your opinion is based on facts. And I think that is something that tends to lack all too often, is that, you know, we are rather reactive rather than proactive. I agree wholeheartedly that people should be given the opportunity to excel, to flourish, but there needs to be a framework. There needs to be a basic civil code of conduct as well, because we know that unfortunately without the basics of a civil code of conduct, we unfortunately can allow mayhem to occur. And I'm sure that's something when you're, from your vantage point at the university, you can see. So it's an exciting time, it's a challenging time for youth, but I think, you know, we have the tools in place. It's now a matter of how do we make sure that we utilize the mechanism correctly.
Excellent. Just in an effort to save time, is there anything you would like to add to the session or a statement to make?
I would, and thank you very much for giving me that chance. So it is my very great honor to address you all here. And certainly crucial gatherings like these ones have helped our region to steer a course through transformative seas. We certainly have a long journey ahead, but the preparations that we make today will help to determine our ultimate destination. if we read and respond to the overwhelming global transformation wrought by knowledge, and do so in critical and creative ways, then for the very first time in our shared human history, we will enter an age in which our economic future depends upon supporting and nurturing all our fellow human beings. Indeed, we will neither grow nor prosper unless we release and celebrate our collective human creative capacities. If we are to fulfill our full creative potential, then we must not leave anyone behind. I believe that all of us here today share that glorious dream with our gracious host, a visionary who has launched 1,000 conversations of hope through learning, and a guide who has pointed us in the direction of the beacon that is knowledge. I know that we all yearn to play our part in the greatest possible Arab knowledge revolution. We seek to nurture innovation through engagement with our talented young people, and in so doing, we recognize our people's historic journey from Nahda to Tanweer, from awakening to enlightenment. This Knowledge Summit allows us to celebrate our innovative heritage as Arabs, while challenging us to nurture our creative future. Our renaissance is within reach, and our youth must be empowered to achieve it. So it is in this great context to address our region's future and our world's greatest hope, the youth. The future belongs to our youth, and theirs is the knowledge economy that will inevitably define our world in the years to come. You, the young people of our region and beyond, represent all that is best about humanity. You question, you probe, you analyze, and you imagine. You are the creative future of our Arab nation, and your passion for science, knowledge, and inquiry is a gift to us all. Our region and our world are sorely in need of that renewed and inspired thirst for knowledge and all that it can unlock. For better or for worse, we in the Arab world can very immediately and acutely represent growing global challenges that urgently need knowledge-based solutions. I know that time is running out, but the fundamental question that must be addressed by us today is how do we ensure that our developing nations may ignite and improve our capacity for research and innovation while also contributing to the meaningful solution of local challenges that may inevitably become global. It cannot begin without initiating, establishing, and rooting a supportive innovation culture, one that has begun innovation and scientific output may blossom, and an economy truly based on knowledge may begin to thrive. You know, you have our love, you have our loyalty, and as young people, we are committed to support you in everything you do here, for we do it all together. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Royal Highness.
Beautiful.
In conclusion, I will be quoting and paraphrasing from Adam Fletcher in his article, A Short Intro About Youth Engagement in the Economy, who highlighted 8 basic points regarding youth engagement in the economy that everyone should know. They are bigger than any one issue or approach and show why youth matter to the economy. 1, a lot of youth are facing hard times. 2, it's about more than simply putting youth in jobs. 3, it's about more than soft skills. 4, disengaged youth are from more than one population. 5, success in youth engagement is elusive. 6, more money is needed to effectively promote youth engagement to the economy or in the economy. 7, this issue is about more than poor youth or rich youth. Economies have to be successful and include everybody in order to ensure sustained national existence. 8, youth economic engagement cannot be measured in simple terms. Young people are more dynamically engaged in the economy than adults. I really would like to thank everybody. Thank you to all the speakers, the panelists. Thank you all for being here. I would like to thank the Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Foundation, Knowledge Foundation, and thank you all again, and have a good and wonderful event. Thank you.